Black Friday in America. Black Friday in America. But isn't every day Black Friday? Black Friday in America. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Black Friday. Black Friday in America. Black Friday in America. What the hell is Black Friday? Well, is it a day where, by the definition of the word Black Friday, where blacks celebrate their blackness after Thanksgiving? Well, not really. At least one famous black is doing exactly that. That would be Ye. Kanye West, making a run for the presidency in 2024. Black Kanye, very black, not just black like Obama black, but real black, like black with the baseball cap and the catalog of rap songs. He's making a run. He's going to run for president, and some revealing interactions with him and Trump at the White House have surfaced, and that's kind of fascinating. We'll look at that story. But the real Black Friday in America is the day after Thanksgiving. All of the conglomerates, the very, very large corporations, try to unload their extra garbage on you at a discount, of course. So if you've been shopping for that 1,000-inch television screen because your 600-inch television screen is now obsolete, today's your lucky day. You run out there and you got to get out early, man. It's 9 a.m. in New York. 9 a.m. Eastern American time. You got to get out there early, man. You got to get in front of the mother effers that are in front of you, trying to get the stuff cheaper, and before you, because there's a limited supply. Limited supply of stuff that you might need. So that's Black Friday. Everybody runs out and apparently shops to get the discounts that the giant outlets are offering. And that's interesting, right? We have a holiday, a designated day devoted to excessive, repulsive, over consumption shopping. So that's welcome everybody. I hate to be paint the day so dark, but it is a dark day, right? It's dark. I didn't name it Black Friday. Somebody else did. So we're talking about. So welcome everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful, fabulous Thanksgiving, and I hope you were thankful for the giving, and I hope maybe you gave a little. If Thanksgiving is about giving, well, yeah. I mean, everybody. I guess what occurred to me is that most people on Thanksgiving are waiting for something to be given. But I think the real question is, what did you give on Thanksgiving? Kind of a rhetorical question. But anyway, it's Friday. It's kind of not so cold, but rainy and cloudy here in Northeast Pennsylvania. The rain is coming down. The seasons are changing. The leaves are now hitting the ground. The harvest is in. Things like free tobacco, right? Not free. You work your ass off to get it, and mint for the whole year, right? And that's really all I got this year. A lot of last year I tried to save some of the tomato that I grew and tried to make like a preserve thing, and it didn't work out so well. It got like halfway through the season, it got like stinky or it didn't. I don't know. Maybe it didn't seal correctly. But this year I got plenty of mint and tobacco. Those were the two scores. I also collect fig leaves because they're very. If you, I know if people grow figs, they have fig plants in their yard, but I bet you didn't know the leaves, in my view, are almost as valuable as the delicious fruit that you get to eat. You burn them, kind of like an incense, and they're actually quite fragrant, better than many incense that I've encountered. So grow your own, I guess, is the theme. Rather than see, well, people are running out the door, stepping over each other to buy something that they may not necessarily need. Well, sometimes you need stuff, and it's good to take advantage of sales. I'm not discounting that. But what have you grown lately? What have you done? How have you composted your ground as well? Do you throw your garbage in the landfill, or do you put it back into your backyard? That's important. It's important stuff. So we'll look at that. Oh, also fascinating new images coming out of Artemis, the rocket ship that sailed around the moon and got within, 60 miles striking distance of the moon, took amazing photographs. See, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the photographic evidence that the moon is really there. And it is what we think it is, which is a fucking empty, for the most part, dead, atmosphereless piece of rock, round rock, floating around our glorious Earth, an Earth full of life and politics and water. All right. So they're up there on the moon, and what do? They got pictures of craters, looks like cheese. We know from previous experience that it's dust, that you can leave a footprint in it. Gravity is 1/6 of Earth. Fascinating little piece of rock that we sent a rocket to, but we can't do it. We never went there. It didn't happen. It's not happening, please. NASA, it's NASA. They're trying to control you, man. They're trying to control you. Don't believe it. Don't look. Don't look at the TV screen. Please, don't. Do yourself a favor. They're lying to you, man. They're lying to you. We never went there. It was a conspiracy by John F. Kennedy in 1964 to convince the world that the Americans had bigger bombs than they did. And the flag wasn't waving. How could a flag on the moon be waving when there's no wind? And how did we communicate with the astronauts there when there was no telephone line? How? How did we do it? How did we get through the Van Halen belt and not melt? How did we do it? So, if those are your concerns, I guess you're in the right place. Because it looks like the evidence is now piling up that there is in fact a man-made rocket circling the moon more than once and capturing spectacular images of the moon, all in preparation for a final landing, not this time, but maybe the next trip. I think the third trip, or maybe the second trip, they're going to try to lay down on the moon. I'm not really sure. But by the third trip, there'll be people on the fucking plane, right, on the capsule. Right? That's probably 3 years away. And so we'll look at that, man. What else is going on, man? So, Kanye West in the news, man, on Black Friday, man. So we'll look at that. And here's my thumbnail. Oh, look at Kanye. He has a NASA hat on. He must be trying to promote the conspiracy that NASA is trying to control you, man. Is it a control mechanism when the government does something that is interesting and fascinating to everybody all at once? Rather than polarizing people, saying, which side are you on, man? Are you far right or far left? They say, look at the moon. Isn't it beautiful? Look, as a people, we're heading to the moon, and we're on it. And can't we all agree on that? Can't we all just marvel at it? Remember how we were all one community here on Earth a long time ago, and then we became countries, and we became less together and less agreeable, and now even in a country, it's so divided that we can't agree on anything, not even a fucking moon landing. So it's fascinating. So I think Kanye West, black Kanye West, who's running for president, is wearing a Nassau hat to invoke the conspiracy, maybe. Or maybe he's for Nassau. Maybe he's saying, man, the fucking Nassau, they're doing it. Lighten up, everybody. It's okay. It's okay. It's not everything is a conspiracy. There is no they. That's the bigger point, right? Although we could isolate the they in who done it, like who crashed the stock market, who forced vaccines on people, which are now leading to epic, it looks like, epic style injuries as a result. But we knew that was coming because the medical profession knows that. They know every medication that the medical profession puts out. They know the medication has a side effect, sometimes really bad. In fact, they read them off on radio and television. They say, yeah, it'll help you sleep a little better, but you're going to get fucking shingles and kidney failure and lung collapsing and testosterone. I just made that up. But testosterone, I think I wanted to say. But you see what I'm saying? Every medication has a kickback but the only difference here is that one was forced on people, consequences to not taking it, real consequences like losing your fucking job, and the other is a choice. Right? You could choose to have your, ball sack fall to your knees because you took a cancer drug, or all your hair fall out because you took a cancer drug, but that was your choice, right? You could have chose to take a different route to beat your cancer, or you could have started earlier and prevented your cancer, but you chose the direction of chemo, and that's your consequence. But anyway, so because we don't want to offend anybody with, people still wearing masks, still in the theory that masks are the way to health. And not the other thing that's actually happening with the mask, desocialization, deoxygenation, being in a culture, being surrounded by people who you can't tell if they're smiling at you or they want to kill you. Because that's what I feel like when I'm in a crowd of people with masks and all I see is eyeballs staring at me. I don't know what people are thinking. I can't read their face, right? I could see their body language, but I can't see. All I see is their beady eyes looking at me. And sometimes people stare while they're smiling, but you can't tell, You got to kind of read the mask to see which way the mask is going. Is their mouth open? But anyway, man, that's Kanye. I got a website. My name is Marcus Conte. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. Right now we're on Marcus Conte 2 because we were summoningly removed from Marcus Conte 1 for cyberbullying. Ridiculous, right? So ridiculous. So anyway, but we're here right now, Rumble. We're also on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you consume your social media. Thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat. Everybody is here. TJ is here. Weevil Girl. We'll break to the video chat, if you will. Maybe we'll do a brief one on this Black Friday. I'll drop the link for later on. Don't go in there now because I'm busy making a show right now. And we'll go in there. And you can join me in the Artemis spacecraft. Right? I'm here. I'm here for you. So anyway, there you go, man. So I got a website. Start here. Interesting, very interesting, fascinating story of Police, police, the people that are, they take the job to help people and keep people safe. Well, as that profession advances, it seems that the police are more and more frightful of their own well being, not the well being of the kook who might be carrying a gun and is having a psychotic experience from some kind of psychotic medication that he may have taken. And or he's out in a gay bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk, with that complication as well. And so they feel very afraid. Police, they're very afraid of the public, and so they're developing robots that can go into the scene where there might be trouble and kill people, right, remotely. See, you could see already the ramification of this, where you already see police so afraid that they're shooting people from a distance because they think the guy all the way over there, because he has a gun, he's a marksman, and he's going to kill all 12 police. So they all just unload the gun on him. Blah, 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 blah. They don't even think about it. Right? But now, because they felt that their lives were at risk, and somebody else's life was at risk. So you go one step further and say, well, we'll go, if a guy is in a space where he has a gun and he's threatening people, but there's no people there, we could go in and to protect the people that he might hurt if he comes out, we'll kill him first. We'll use a remote fucking, slave killer and push the button and open up a fucking spray of bullets at him or blow the whole thing up. Now, they've already done that. This article suggests that robots have never been used to enforce lethal force on people, but it has. I know situations where they would put a drone. There's an active shooter, and they'll drive a small drone right at him and blow it up and just kill him, or fucking maim the guy. Right? The closer you get, the more deadly it is. But that's already happened. Well, let's read. So San Francisco police proposal could give cops in the city the ability to kill suspects using remote control robots. Now, we're also comes to mind, we're also doing that in terms of what is a smart bomb? What is a drone bomb? They're all remote. They're all programmed devices to kill. But now we're going one step further, and you see the cop with his, he's got a wire. I don't know why. But there it is. Cameras and fucking bullet guns. There's guns on it. Look at this. Look at this. This thing is armed, man. This is an armed fucking drone. Look at the gun. Look at the bullet. Look at the barrels. There's the gun barrels. And some jerk off is watching. And I'm going to be a cop, but I'm going to be a cop from a distance. And we're going to go in there and the robot's going to handle it. And the robot's going to say, drop your weapon, please. Drop your weapon, please. Don't make me shoot you. Drop your weapon, please. And the guy shoots the robot and the robot kills him. Because the robot was at risk. You don't want to damage our shit, do you? I don't know. Again, when I see this, I say to myself, somewhere there will be abuse of power where police are so fucking frightened that they don't even get out of the car anymore when there's a problem. And they send the drone in, like in the supermarket. You ever been in the supermarket lately where they have the robot? You're over there bending down on the floor to get the last can of cat food that's already fucking in the back. Now you're reaching in there and you get up and there's a robot behind you fucking filming you, smiling, right? It's like, what do you do? What the fuck is a robot doing behind me? Because I'm in the cat food aisle too long? He's a risk. There's something going on here with this person. Why is he on the ground, on his knees at the supermarket? So be careful, man. Be careful what you wish for. You want a safer place? And especially in a place like San Francisco, where their leaders are people like Nancy Pelosi, right? Where there doesn't seem to be any rationale to the politics there. So anyway, that was kind of fascinating. So this is fascinating too, right? Because people are dying to get high. They're dying. People are literally struggling to get out of themselves, and recreational laughing gas is mounting in Europe. Now, if you don't know what laughing gas is, it's nitrous oxide. It's a gas, and it is used in the medical profession as a sedative to relieve people while they're at the dentist, to take their mind off the fact that someone is drilling into their head, or a part of their head, the extension of their head, the tooth. But it seems that it's going in a different direction. A European drug monitoring agency is sounding the alarm over rising recreational use of nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas. Now, I remember the day. Let's listen to this guy.
My name's Dr. David Nicol. I'm a consultant neurologist in Birmingham. We've seen really an epidemic of young people coming into hospital secondary to nitrous oxide abuse, sometimes taking hundreds of these little cylinders. But I don't know if you remember the film Supersize Me. Well, we have a franchise of shops across Birmingham flogging nitrous oxide. This is actually a breach of the law, but we've gone from the little cylinders to go large to Supersize Me.
Wow, look at the size of that nitrous oxide tank. That's crazy. He said, I remember the day. These are the cartridges they used to sell in head shops, and you fill up a balloon with it. One cartridge, one balloon. But look at this thing. Look at this thing. They're sucking it right. Look at this fucking thing, man. He got it right. It's like a Supersize Me, right? Look at this thing, man. Big, giant cans of nitrous oxide. Now, if I recall from my teenage years, one balloon is enough to knock you on your ass, where you're literally sitting on the floor, holding on, waiting for it to stop, going. Right. Maybe the one or two times I ever tried balloons was that was my experience, and. But there does seem to be a slight epidemic. Some users cut out the middle step of putting it in a balloon and suck it straight from the canister, right? Risking lung injury and cold burns. They can't even wait. They can't even wait to fill up a fucking balloon, man. See, this is how I remember it. You sit around with your pals and you suck on balloons, right? Because you want to get out of yourself. You just don't like where you are and who you are. So you go the direction of sucking a canister. It's like a crack pipe, right? I guess. So I don't know what to make of it, other than it does seem that nitric oxide, I can't say the word, nitrous oxide use and apparently abuse is going up. And where are we looking at? Glastonbury Musical Festival over there in the great country of England. So here's a kid, I guess his lungs caved in. Inhaling gas, right? Ruptured a lung. Right? Now, if you take 100 people, one of those 100 probably has a weak set of lungs and shouldn't be following the pack, inhaling a giant can. Look at this. Adulto filmito. Why am I getting adultos filmatos? Adultos filmatos. It looks like adult films. And she's a sexy mama. Sexy mama. That's my advertisements. You get to see my advertisements. What they're trying to sell me, man. You're trying to control me, man. You're trying to control me. You guys are trying to... The media is trying to control me by pushing. They're watching my every move. Right? They watch my consumerism. They watch what I consume, and then they try to sell me more of what I'm consuming, man. They're trying to control me. They're trying to rabbit hole me. If you think like that, then you will be like that. Right? No one's trying to control you. What difference does it make that large corporations are what I was trying to say. Large corporations are trying to harvest your activity. They're trying to understand how you consume, right? And that's how they do it. They watch your activity, and then they put it into a chart or a graph, right? And say, this is what this person wants. So let's give them more of it, right? Maybe I'm watching nitrous oxide. I'm talking about nitrous oxide, or I'm at an article too long, and maybe I'll get, someone will try to sell me more of it. But be careful, be careful if you decide to suck the canister. So NASA, the great controller of the masses, the people who are trying to hoodwink you into believing that there's something more important than the conspiratorial rabbit hole you find yourself in, arguing over who said what on January 6th, or that the Russians hacked the election in 2016, when all the evidence points to the Democratic Party. I mean, fuck that. Just focus on the moon. Right? Is that control? I don't know. I think it's a positive thing, right? So let's look at the images. Let's just look at the images. So there it is, a big rocket firing away. We've already seen these images. Some newer images, I guess a little closer up to the action. Because if you were that close with your own type of camera, you would have melted. You would have died. Right? But here they are, or your ears would have gotten blown the fuck out. Here we go. We're taking off. We're gone. We're going. There we go. We're up. Oh my God, look at that. It's going left. It's going right. I thought it was supposed to go straight up. It didn't happen. This is fake. It's fake. All right, so here's some images. Beautiful. Coming out of off the it's a selfie off the wing of the Orion solar panel. And there it is. There it is, the egg-shaped Earth in the background. It is an egg, confirmed. If you're ignorant to technology and or the directions of the sun, you could assume that is an egg and or flat. You could definitely assume that if you don't realize that the source of light is in a different direction than you would like it to be, and it appears different, right? Why isn't it round? See, it's not round. Let's call it ignorance of technology. And there's another shot of the moon. We're approaching the moon. Whoa! Look at it. There it is. Close-up angles. Now these are we have plenty of these kinds of shots, but they're shot from 235,000 miles away, or maybe 220,000 miles away from a satellite. Right? They're shot from a long distance away. What we're getting now is images less than a couple of thousand miles, or even at one point 60 miles away from the Earth's from the moon's surface. So these are deep space images, and there it is. It's round again. It's round again. Where's the shadow, man? What? Look, there's a shadow. That's conspiracy. The cows, there's a shadow. But it does look rather interesting. It looks like a fucking oversized rock, a round rock that you would find, in the ground on the beach. Right? This is what it looks like closer up. Again, these are not new images, new things that we've discovered, but it is interesting. We're now using better cameras than we had in the 60s, and we're very close. And there they are, craters. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? What is the speculation as to why there are craters on the moon? I don't know. But I just like to look at it and see for myself. The images are a little fuzzy. You see the lines in the images? because they're CGI, man. They're not real. They're generated from a computer. You're getting hoodwinked, Conti. You're a bootlicker for NASA. You can't see. You believe what they tell you to believe. You're believing. You're a sheep. You're a sheep. It's fun to do, man. I don't know why. I apologize if that type of rhetoric offends you, but I'm just telling you what it sounds like to me when people try to debunk every single move without just stop 1 second and try to understand. There's just no color to the moon, says Weevil Girl. I'm not knocking on you, but there's a reason. They shot in black and white. It's not that it's colorless. For some reason, they elected to shoot these shots black and white. Now, I'm sure they're going to have color shots, but they probably figured that maybe the black and whites were more effective, or I don't know what the reason is. It's a good question, though. Why are they shooting black and white? I don't really know, but let's just look at the images. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the bottom could have been the bottom of an ocean. It could have been, I mean, maybe nothing. Maybe the moon has never gotten to that place yet where it has had life forms that we know. And they would be fascinating life forms. They would be able to, well, look, nothing could survive, at least in this current idea, our current understanding of what life is. Nothing in the way of life as we know it can survive on the moon because of the lack of atmosphere. There's no gas for the thing to breathe. There's no thermometer to keep it from not, fluctuating between 200 degrees Fahrenheit and 200 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit, all in the course of one day. We don't have, the planet doesn't have the ability to regulate its own, it doesn't have a greenhouse like the Earth does. And, but again, the gravity is 1/6 of the Earth. So theoretically, if you had an atmosphere up there, the gravity would still be 1/6 of the Earth. But the forms of life that would evolve in that sort of less gravity would look much, much different than we do. They wouldn't need the organic makeup that we need here to survive on Earth. They might not need stronger bones, right? They may need less bone, less of everything bodily, more brain, right? Because the gravity is not pulling them to the planet as hard as we are. See, which also speculates that if we go to a planet that has less gravity, because we're used to a gravity 6 times that level, we can float. We can levitate almost, right? We can bounce. But what happens if we ever went to a planet with, 60 times the gravity pull? We wouldn't, if there's a super large planet and we tried to step on it as a human, we'd get literally smashed like a pancake and used as fertilizer because the gravity would take us from head to toe and smash us down. It would be too much, right? And vice versa. If things, and the example would be if there's life on the moon, and suddenly the Earth is dead, the moon creatures wouldn't be able to really sustain 6 times the gravity on Earth. So the Earth would become the obsolete planet, and the moon would become the home for those people. So there you go, man. So some more speculation. Tetragramma Ghost says probably some are fake to ensure NASA funding. Funding, they need the money, man. It's all for the money. Are they fake? Nah. I don't know, man, but it is fascinating, and I enjoy looking at it. I really do. I hope they keep it coming. Ding dong, ding doong. Let's look at the quick market look on Black Friday. Headline on Yahoo Finance: History shows holiday trading favors the bulls. It does. Not this early in the season. It tends to be more around Christmas. The Santa Claus rally leading up to Christmas tends to happen. But let's look anyway. Let's look at what's going on. It looks like the Dow Jones Industrial Average still creeping up 54 points this morning. S&P 500 down 3, which is kind of flat. The Nasdaq down a half a percentage point, down 57. But holding tough, holding tight. Big board Apple, the mighty Apple, down 3. Amazon down 30 cents. Google down 41 cents. Technology leading the charge down. Microsoft, which is getting some rather positive news, saying that technologically they may be giving Amazon a run for their money in many, many ways. Is up right now, 22 cents. What else? Let's look at the war stocks. More war. Lockheed Martin up 50 cents. Raytheon up 29 cents on the vaccine front. The mighty vaccine that keeps you safe all the time. And the more you have, the more safe you are, says the CDC. Is good, but the stocks are also good right now too. Pfizer up 27 cents, Johnson & Johnson up 70 cents, and Moderna up a magic $1.95 per share. So people still clamoring. Maybe they're selling something else. Maybe they're making money now on the pill or the shot or the vape that causes the vaccine injury problem that they're now seeing to go away. See, they have a remedy now, a treatment for vaccine injury, if you haven't heard. Because there's a lot of people complaining about it. They're complaining about, namely, some sort of shoulder pain or something, some kind of joint weakness or pain. I don't know what it is, but they don't worry about it. It doesn't matter because they got a shot for that. Right? So we'll give you this shot and we'll prevent something that's, I don't know, not really so bad or deadly, and when you get sick from it, we'll get you something else to make you unsick. And then what we give you to make you unsick will also make you sick. And don't worry about it. By that time, you'll be ready for the next vaccine. And so on, so on, and so on. So let's talk about Kanye. So Kanye West swipes Donald Trump in first 2024 presidential campaign video. Holy smokes, he's really going to do it. Kanye West, the great rapper. For people who like rap, know Kanye. Or anybody who's black knows Kanye. Ye, his name is. Ye. Yay for president, man. Right? Fuck that shit. Running in the Republican Party. Running in the Republican Party. A black man running for the highest office in the land as a Republican. Right. Do the Republicans care that he's young and black and boisterous? Hell fucking no. They'll support a fucking ham sandwich if the ham sandwich will just go along with the vote. As long as the ham sandwich toes the party line, the ham sandwich has a better shot of winning over Republican and or Democratic support. So can Kanye West compete with Trump? Well, yeah, it is, because Trump is the guy who is savvy and has political savvy to get things done, but it often flies in the face of what the establishment wants. So you take a Kanye West, for example, and the Republican Party can embrace him. Not only is it a winning strategy, but in many respects, because he's kind of a blank slate. But open your fucking eyes. He's black. He is fucking black. And you don't think that blacks are going to look at it and say, yeah, man, fucking Kanye West is running for president. We'll fucking vote for him. That's my nigga. That should be his slogan, right? His campaign slogan. Be my nigga, right? No, better. I'm your nigga. Vote for me. I'll be your nigga. That's a good one. I'm Kanye West, and I rap my whole life, and fuck Donald Trump. I'll be your nigga. Wide appeal. It would work, man. So, Ye, Kanye, the rap musical artist formerly known as Kanye West, released his first campaign video Thursday. Let's watch the video. Let's see.
I think the thing that Trump was most perturbed about, me asking him to be my vice president, I think that was like lower on the list of things that caught him off guard. It was the...
That's pretty ballsy, asking Trump to be a vice president while you're in the Oval Office hanging out with him.
fact that I walked in with intelligence. So Trump is really impressed with Nick Fuentes. And Nick Fuentes, unlike so many of the lawyers and so many people that he was left with on his 2020 campaign, he's actually a loyalist. When he didn't know what the lawyers is, you'll still have your lawyer list. And when all the lawyers said, forget it, Trump's done, there were loyalists running up in the White House, right? And my question would be, why, when you had the chance, did you not free the January 6ers? And I came to him as someone who loves Trump, and I said, go and get...
Oh, wow. Kanye West going after Trump for not giving more support to the January 6th people who showed up at the White House, not the White House, showed up at Congress to voice their opinion of election fraud. Kanye West taking a swipe, saying, Trump, you are lazy.
And he's actually a loyalist. When he didn't know what the lawyers is, you'll still have your lawyer list. And when all the lawyers said, forget it, Trump's done, there were loyalists running up in the White House, right? And my question would be, why, when you had the chance, did you not free the January 6ers?
Why?
And I came to him as someone who loves Trump, and I said, go and get Corey back. Go and get these people that the media tried to cancel and told you to step away from. He basically gives me this would-be mob.
Tried to cancel. Kanye, they didn't just try to cancel him. They tried to arrest him and throw them in jail for felony domestic terrorism. It was a little heavier than that, Kanye. Get honest with it. They went after the January 6 people like they were fucking the same. They went after the January 6 people the same as they went after the psychopaths that knocked down the Twin Towers. Same units. Domestic terrorism units.
Esque kind of story. Talking to some kid from the south side of Chicago trying to sound mobby or whatever. He goes into the story about all that he went through to get Alice Johnson out of jail and how he didn't do it for Kim, but he did it for me. But then he goes on to say that Kim is a you could tell her I said that. And I was thinking, like, that's the mother.
Why did he bleep out his own fucking YouTube or his own video? Kanye, why are you bleeping out your own shit? All right, okay, I get it, for family values. All right, but why don't you take a minute? You're a smart guy. You're a rapper. You're a wordsmith. Why don't you come up with some kind of shit where we don't have to bleep it and listen to what, so we could hear what you're saying? All right, why is it? I don't like. I look at that level. You don't use profanity that you know is going to be filtered out. Well, you're going to have to filter it out yourself. So that's my criticism so far. What I can't criticize is so far this video has gotten 2.9 million views. 2.9 million views. That's a lot. It only came out yesterday.
Of my children. Since we know, and all the Christians in America that love Trump know that Trump is a conservative, we're going to demand that you hold all policies directly to the Bible. When Trump started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I was going to lose.
So there's Kanye West making an appeal to the very religious people in our nation, the Christians. Is that a winning strategy? You bet your ass. You bet your ass it is. I'm on the side of God. Now you hear Trump mumble God sometimes, but you know he's pandering. Right? It feels like he's pandering. Right? But Kanye West is saying, no, man, God is in my heart, and I am the Black Jesus. Vote for me. Or maybe that. Oh, my God. Better than I'll be your nigga, say Black Jesus for president. Yes. Right? Come out with a robe. Lose the fucking hoodie and baseball cap. Right? And fucking that's how you win. Come out like a preacher. You know? With a space between your teeth. And you know, and go that way. Look like a farmer, like a Christian farmer, and you'll win, man.
I mean, has that ever worked for anyone in history?
You're going to lose. Tell him he's going to lose.
I'm like, well, hold on, Trump. You're talking to Ye.
Whoa. So there it is. This is the controversy. He basically gives me his would-be mob-esque kind of story of all that he went through. This is Trump speaking to Kanye. Through getting Alice Johnson out of jail, and that he did not do it for Kim Kardashian, but he did it for me. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but anyway, who cares really? So the music Mongol also claimed the former president yelled at him and insulted him and his wife. He said, started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I am going to lose. If you challenge me, you are going to lose. Now, that's Trump. That is Trump. And will Kanye lose? Probably because he's not as savvy as Trump, right? You got to move to the middle. Does Kanye West even know where the middle is? Look, the country, if you're not aware of America, America is not a far right-wing nation. Of everybody outside of a city is far right, you know, with hate in their heart and God on their side, and dislikes people of anything other than themselves. That is factually incorrect. The other part of it is that most people on the far left are not extremist, climate change, screaming mother effers. There's something else, right? The majority of this country, in this reporter's view, is center right, right? Whatever that means, right? Just work with it, right? It's in the middle, but a little to the right of the middle. It's not quite in the middle. I would consider myself in the middle, but then again, we all consider ourselves in the middle. I would consider myself more in the middle. Maybe I'm even center left a little. Maybe Marcus Conte center left, but I think that the vast majority of people are center right. They're not extreme right, and they're not extreme left. Their opinions are matter of fact. They pivot between center left and center right. Yeah, I agree, sort of over there, and but there's others that are extreme. But to the point, Trump yelling at Kanye West saying you're going to lose is interesting. I don't know. Can he win? I don't know. So anyway, so there it is. There's Kanye West taking advantage of his visit to the White House to tell everybody and anyone who will listen that he is in fact running for 2024 president. Never held political office. Not that matters. I don't know what kind of college Kanye West. Let's find out. Kanye West education. How far did Kanye West get? So Kanye West graduated in 2003. How did he graduate? Let's see. Kanye. I think this is important, right? People look for educational level, right? It doesn't really say anything about his college, right? Did he ever go to college? I don't need fucking college, man. I speak directly to the people. Them's is my niggas. My niggas. So he grew up in Chicago, and he was West's mother. Oh, his mother was a English professor. And West was raised in a middle-class suburb. Did he ever go to school? He went to... so his mother was teaching in China. It's a fascinating story. He's got some background. He's not just some ghetto kid. He's got like parents that were, rounded and a little rounded. But it doesn't look like he ever attended university himself. Therefore, he's disqualified. He's not qualified. Colossal Bigfoot says he allegedly dropped out. Maybe he showed up at college and said, "You know what, man, this shit's not for me, man. I'm gonna take a microphone and go to the peoples." So anyway, let's do a survey. We got how many people watching? Let's do a quickie. Colossal Bigfoot says he allegedly dropped out. Maybe two of those. We heard that twice. So let's go into the chat. We got 25 people watching. Number one, Kanye for president. Number one equals. Let me get this right. Number one is Kanye for president. A good thing. And two, no effing way, man. So what do you think, man? Kanye for president, or two, no fucking way, man? I vote for that brother. I don't vote for no brother. Yeah. I'm gonna say. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh a Kanye West. Not Trump against Biden, but Kanye West against Biden. And Kanye winning. Will it throw the country into a tailspin? Will the country evolve into a Black Friday every day? If you know what I mean? I'm going to say two. I got to go with two on this one. I don't think he's the man for the job, but you tell me it's not gonna, I don't think he can win either. I just don't think he can win. For the reasons I already spoke about. He's too rough around the edges for lack of a better term, but anyway, man. So most people are saying two. No effing way. Jimmy Jam says he showed up first day for cookies and milk. Right, he's gonna show up at the White House saying, "Where's my reparations? Right? I'm black, I'm real black. Reparations. Where's the peeps that do everything around here?" And someone's gonna have to tell him, "Mr. Kanye, you're the president. You make the decisions." Does he know how to make decisions for himself? No, he sort of. He knew how to sling drugs and work his way up in the rap industry. So he's not stupid. So come join me, man. We're live. So if you want to join me in the chat, I'll drop the link again. And come on in, man. Come on in. We'll have a brief talk. We're already like 50 minutes in, but if you want to join me in the space capsule, just click on the link that I just dropped in there. You don't need any. You don't need any software. You just have to come on in and click it, and we'll chat, man. It's your show now, man. I'm done, man. I'm already expired. I'm already breathing heavy. I'm gonna enjoy my tobacco while you guys get here. Right? So anyway, man. So Artemis, I think I love that. I love it. I love that we're going to the moon. I really do. I'm a moon fan. I'm a moon unit. Right? I want to see more people on the moon. More people. The sound of smoking. So again, if anybody's here, Weevil Girl's here. Maybe we'll do some meditation. We'll chill like Bob Dylan. We'll be chilling like Bob Dylan. And anybody new, you don't have to be. You don't need a reservation to come and join me, man. So I'll wait till I hear the click, and then we'll come on in, man. We'll come on in. Watch Conti smoke. Read some comments while we're waiting. What a sham! Bernie Sanders didn't win DNC, and news media attacked him nonstop, says Jimmy Jam. Oh yeah, the media attacked him. Well, that's a great example of populism in America. When someone stands up and makes sense to the people and shows every single sign of being able to win, and not only win, but bring the country in a direction that the people want, aka Bernie Sanders. The vast majority of people were with Bernie Sanders. An overwhelming majority of youth, upwards of 80%, 85% of young people supported Bernie Sanders. Not only supported him, like said, yeah, I'll vote for him, but they went to bat for him. They were pulling for Bernie. Right? Where has a recent president? Who we got? Weevil Girl. What's up, Weevil Girl? Where has 1 second, Weevil Girl? I was saying something. Where has a recent president in our history ever? I forgot what I was saying now. But anyway, good morning, Weevil Girl. How are you, man? How are you?
Morning, I'm good.
Good to see you, man. You're in the mountains today. You're in the mountains.
Yeah, for pretend. You're in a space shuttle, right?
Right.
Orion or Artemis?
Yeah, I'm in Artemis. I'm on Artemis. I got these two freaks behind me. They're like, I don't know what they're doing, but they've been there the whole time, man. I noticed them.
Security detail.
They're snapping pictures of the flat moon. So what's up, man? How you doing? You good?
I'm doing okay. I'm kind of tired this morning. I had a really fun, Friendsgiving. And a friend made a whole bunch of Moroccan food, and we stayed up late dancing.
Did you eat it with your hands? I know Moroccans, they eat with their hands, a lot of it. Right?
No, I guess we kind of Americanized it a little bit. We did use the silverware.
Right. Yeah, but they you know that they do that. I remember I had friends from a lot of Muslim countries. They think of, they wash their hands. It's not like they're dirty, but they eat with their hands, and that's a good thing. What else?
Well, yeah.
What else?
Not a whole lot. Just it's suddenly the holidays, and it's kind of crazy.
I think I'm smoking too much.
I think the change of seasons kind of makes us do different things and access, and maybe it kind of throws off our balance sometimes. And you have to be like, what's too much? What's too much food, or how much water am I getting?
Yeah, balance.
And for me, it's sleep. I'm not getting any sleep.
Yeah,
but I have a lot of fun stuff. I'm going to a bluegrass show tonight and doing some fun stuff.
Yeah. You make a good point about balance. My black cat was very skinny coming out of the summer. And then it got really cold really fast, and he's been sitting in the kitchen eating nonstop. And I was feeding him pork chops because he was skinny. So I was like, he was sitting there waiting for me to fry up pork chops. And he got really fat. He doubled in his weight. And his balance was off. Right now I'm trying to bring him back to balance so he doesn't tip over, And, you know what I mean? So you want to do a meditation? Let's do it. Let's do a quick meditation. Friday meditation with Weeble Girl. Ding ding ding.
Okay. Everyone, find a comfortable position or make yourself just a little bit more comfortable. Sit up straight. Lengthen your breath. Breathing in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Imagine you're breathing into your chest cavity, into the heart center. Maybe imagine the green light of your heart energy. Feel the green energy of your heart center filling up your body. Feel that love energy extending even past your physical body into your body space or your aura or the field around your body. And feel the love energy flowing out even into the room around you or the space around you if you're outside.
And we're back. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. People in the chat are asking about the your bluegrass concert. Talk about it. Who are you going to see?
Well,
thank you. Thank you
it's
for
just
that.
kind of a local band, so it might not be known on the national level, but they're called Them Coolie Boys. And they used to travel around with Trampled by Turtles, which was a very local band that now they kind of got a lot more popular. But there used to be a lot of concerts for free all over the area.
Yeah, man. Nothing like live music, you know. Nothing like live music. It's yeah. I mean, it's there's something about it when you're standing in front of people when they're doing that. I've been on both sides of that. I mean, I've played in front of people, and you know, and it's great. I love music festivals. I'm making. You know what I had a glitch with music. Maybe you could help me, Weevil Girl. I seek your advice. That's why I like when you come on here, because I get to ask you psychological questions about my sanity. Anyway, I'm having fun. I hit a point in music where I didn't think I had anything to say anymore. I'm like, you're old, you're fucking, you know, what are you singing about? Back pain and you lost your tooth? And then I realized that on this program we talk about all of the things that are very important, right? And then I didn't have to look any further. It occurred to me what it was, you know, what the message was. So I did it, and I got like I already have an album. I got like 12 songs that were done in one take. They're just single.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just single take songs, not on the piano, all guitar,
Oh,
acoustic guitar. So I'll put it out, Granny Cat, you know, and you know I don't see it. The problem it brings it up because I don't think that I can do it live. It's a studio thing, you know, and there's reasons why it's not really a live thing. You know, the angle of the mics, how it's done, is very difficult to reproduce, or the fact that they're spontaneous, that there's no, you know, sometimes you gotta play something, not the same thing, but you gotta play for a while, and maybe one of the many is something you look back and say, now that's good. And you pull it out. Boom. Okay, there's one. You just keep playing, right? And so it's a different style. I don't see it as being something live, but I like it, and I hope other people like it too, you know. That's what music is, you know. It's fun to do. It's fun to play, but it's really fun when people listen to it and like it. That becomes even, that's another, you know, another dimension of it. You know.
yeah, that's like when you birthed your baby and now you're getting feedback. You're getting that interaction from the crowd. And then you get to see it, and it's like your birth project and what it's bringing back to you from other people and their reaction to it.
Right.
And it almost grows and changes outside of
Yeah.
just what you created. as people interact with it.
Do they see what I see? That's I think what it answers. Do they see what I'm saying? You know, can they?
Well,
Can
yeah,
they? You know,
and it's just like any art form. Maybe they do see what you meant, but maybe another perspective, they see something entirely different or slightly different,
yeah,
and it's still super meaningful to them in their own way.
right.
They take a few words out of there that maybe have emotional meaning for them, or some other context in their life that we're not even aware of.
Right, right.
But I think that's great that you're doing music and like using your voice and just out there, because you speak for a lot of people who aren't probably using their voice.
Yeah, that was another problem. I was afraid that I when I started doing it, you could hear my lisp from the toothlessness, and I said, well, I'm not going to be able to sing the way I used to sing. I'm not going to be able to do the 25-year-old heartthrob, long hair, you know, that. But I can do fucking Tom Waits and fucking Johnny Cash better than they can at this point. Because you can, or Sunhouse. You know who Sunhouse is? Sunhouse is he's a blues artist. He was the inspiration behind the White Stripes. Jack White loves him. Jack White.
Okay.
And when you listen to Sunhouse, it's just an old black guy, no teeth, banging on a lot of the percussions are him banging on the guitar, kind of strumming. But the voice is just it sounds like it's coming from a different era, like
Robert Johnson.
Yeah.
Kind of
even
really
early
rough and raw.
Yeah, even early Dylan, I was going to say. Even like
Oh, okay.
Dylan, it sounds like a lot of it was rehearsed, but when he talks about it, he says, "No, man, they were just songs that came very quick. I was just harvesting what was around me at the time, the chaos and the politics." And he was able to find the way into it and just stay there and talk about it. I don't hear many people doing that today. When I listen to music, I don't know. I mean, in any style, like I don't hear it when I listen to Taylor Swift. I certainly don't hear it in Kanye West. I don't hear it in, I heard it a little bit maybe in Eminem. The early Eminem, that or Run DMC.
You're saying that authentic voice.
The voice that transcends the time, where you just even like the way
it speaks for the generation. Or
yeah. And you don't know why.
Yeah.
Like Springsteen, when I listen to it, when I listen to Nebraska, that album, it stops me in my tracks. It just, I listen and I'm right there with him. Like here in Youngstown, I'm right there with him, and that sort of thing. I mean, there's some people out there doing that, but. Not a lot of them. They come and they go, and arguably Nirvana. Maybe Kurt Cobain had his finger on that for a while, and then he imploded. He couldn't hold on to it. Couldn't. Or even I saw an interview with Neil Young. I know people hate Neil Young now because he says stupid things, but you can't deny the brilliance when he plays. It's just it's coming. It's God given, and it's coming from somewhere else, right? It's not really, as arrogant and pompous as he is. It's really not coming from him, and he'll tell you that. It's just, I'm not, you know what I mean. So
you're saying getting in the flow, being in the flow, and letting it come through you.
Yes.
I'm not a musician, I like to do art stuff. I like to do ceramics. And I love and appreciate music.
Yeah,
that's my deal.
But it's all. I'll go further. It's all art. It's not just music. Example would be Basquiat, Jean-Michel Basquiat. When they studied how he was making these masterpieces, one after another, in a basement somewhere in Soho. How is he doing it? He's a kid from the Bronx. How is he doing it? And And then you go and watch him, and what is he doing? He's reading the newspaper. He's listening to the radio. He's talking on the phone with his friends. He's got his friends in the room. He's just, and he's doing the work without really. It's coming from everywhere around him, and he was able to tap into that. And they would ask him, well, what does this mean? He's like, what does that mean over there? It's like, it's just words. It's not nothing. They're just images, and you put them all together, and at the end, it's a painting, And I kind of see music like that, where it's coming from a place, and then the song ends, and then you say, wow, that was a great song. I want to play that in front of a million people. And you realize that you can't, right? You played it, right? You'll play it again, but it'll be different.
It's more like a moment in time.
Exactly. It's like a photograph. Yeah. You take the shot, and then you say, oh, I'll take that shot again because I didn't like it. And you shoot it, and you never get it the same.
Right.
It evolves, right?
Well, that's the whole art theory. It's an Asian art theory, wabi-sabi, right? Which means
wait,
perfectly...
say it again. Wabi-sabi? I love it.
Wabi with a W.
Wabi-sabi.
Wabi-sabi.
Uh-huh.
Which means perfectly imperfect. And it's actually an art theory. And there's other parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can be perfect. Nothing is ever finished. Like, say you're doing a painting. You could always adjust it or change it or tweak it. When does the artist decide it's finished? Well, they feel like it's finished. But also, in the wabi-sabi, the painting will continue to age. That will change. That may change some things.
Right.
I kind of like to Dremel in sandstone. And then sandstone is quite soft. So when it rains and erosion, it slowly erodes whatever you made. But that's kind of part of the art. Mm-hmm. It's a growing, living piece. Like all art is. Like music, too, as it interacts and ages over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, wabi-sabi is really cool. You should look into that.
I wrote it down. I wrote it in the chat so I remember it. Wabi-sabi.
Yeah, I love that theory. And you can apply it to all of your life, even if you're not an artist.
Yeah.
Like trying to be a mom. Is it ever going to be done or perfect? No. Are my kids going to be perfect or my life? No. Life isn't perfect.
Yeah, it's always changing.
But it can be really great. And you can appreciate it for what it is.
Evolving music. I heard Neil Young say that. He said, and I didn't realize it at the time when I was working with recording tape, like this 1-inch tape, and because it's Neil Young and they've done this thousands of times with Rick Rubin in the room too. Rick Rubin is the genius producer that produced a lot of people. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Michael Jackson, right, and on and on and on. Jay-Z, Rick Rubin is the shit, right? And he did the song with Johnny Cash, that last song, that one when he was dying, and he sang that 9 Inch Nail song. Now I forgot what I was saying because I went on too much. Oh yeah, that the tape itself, they notice that when they record it the first time, that the tape has a shelf life, that when you listen to it back, you're listening to it for the first time. And then when they listen to it again, because it's a medium that's shifting and it's chemicals, it changes, right? So they have to rush and not over listen to it and rush to get a digitized or glass permanent copy of what they're hearing, because the actual signal is denigrating over time.
So when they're editing it, they hear it like one time and they have to make the decision. This is the take.
This is the take. Yes. This is it. Well, no, yeah. But they're able to do that. You're talking about
artist ears.
You're talking about Neil Young. You're talking about Rick Rubin. When Neil Young plays the song, he steps back and there's no question. He's like, that's the take.
You can just feel it. Probably.
He knows.
If
I
you're an
got it.
artist.
That
Yeah.
you don't have to listen to it. Sometimes they'll even say that. So you don't have to listen to it. It's there. And then you go back and it's like fucking genius, you know? Or he's half listening to it. It's like, yeah. And he's smoking and he's like, yeah, it's good. That's the one. I don't need to play it again.
Cool.
But that denigration over time, and you make a good point about oil and acrylic painting denigrating over time. Did Starry Night, by Van Gogh look the same at that time? Digital seems to preserve itself a little better, but there lies the phenomena that we cannot preserve anything. Now, you think about it. We thought that we could preserve like history because we wrote it down, man. Or if somebody painted a picture of Abraham Lincoln, see, we got an image of him. But over time, people won't believe it. They'll say, "Oh no, that's not Abraham Lincoln. That was the artist's depiction of Abraham Lincoln." Nobody knows what he looked like. Or you'll look at a video of the moon landing and say, "Oh no, see, you know what we can do now? That's probably just CGI. That's fake. It's not real. That's it's not it's not what it is." People will even deny the recorded evidence. Or a better example is sheet music. See, nobody knows what Mozart actually sounded like because it's 300 years ago. You don't know what Mozart sounded like. All you know is that he wrote these things down in a language where other people could play it because there was no record button. There was no way to capture the sound at that time. So the way they did it was they wrote it down. But 300 years later, some classically trained, nobody in a college plays it. Right? And is that really what it sounds like? Or is it the artist's interpretation of what it sounds like? Did Mozart really play or was it something? Did it sound something else with those notes?
Right.
Nobody really knows.
What was the pacing? What was the emphasis?
Right.
Were the pianos even tuned to this? I don't know. Right. I don't know. But yeah.
What was the touch behind the piano?
Yes.
What was that? Right. Or maybe they're right and we're wrong. Maybe that the music, they knew it, that the music is a living, breathing thing, and there is no one interpretation of it. Right? Where we think that, well, this is the song, and I don't know. I'm down a rabbit hole, but you do revisit.
I think it's kind of like, you have a baby or something. For artists, their painting, their poetry is their baby. And then you send it out into the world. Well, just like a real baby, that baby then has its own life outside of you once you put it out there.
Right. People
may take it, they may draw inspiration and create other art from it. They may take it and reject it. There's all kinds of scenarios, and possibly all of those will happen.
Yeah.
So
I like to let it go. For me, I let it go. I do it, and I try not to think about even in doing these videos. I don't necessarily think about, what people are going to think of it. I like when people like it, but that's not the driving force. The driving force is I do it because it's interesting and fun. Another point, I was standing in a hotel lobby the other day, and I was looking at these very bland, paintings, and they were done by some. It looks like maybe the hotel bought like 10 of them, and they were like they didn't say anything. They said a lot of kind of. It just wasn't interesting, and I said to myself, if you give me maybe like 2 or 3 hours with a Sharpie, maybe less, right? Just a Sharpie. Or and a can of spray paint. I'll make these more interesting. All of them.
Do you think it was just corporate art with no soul?
Yeah. It was just, it's like, this is art. To me, this is art. Photographs of my grandma. Are they done? that's a good question. Right now they are. Maybe they need a Sharpie. Maybe they need to be, real photographs glued to them. Maybe they need some paint. I don't know. I don't know. But right now they're there, and maybe they will. Maybe that's the point. Maybe those are canvases over there for a reason that they need. They are canvas, by the way. They're shot onto canvas. It's good talking to you, Weevil Girl. I love talking to you, man.
You too. Yeah, always.
Yeah. All right, let's kill it here, man. We're an hour 26. We've been talking for a long time, man. So thanks for joining me, and we'll keep it. We're gonna keep it green. I know the censorship thing is a problem.
That's a headache. That's really crazy that you have to endure this.
Yeah.
I mean, they have animal torture on YouTube and all kinds of really crazy stuff. There's offensive song lyrics all over the place. Right. And we can't just have conversations.
Right.
Without being called names.
I mean, it took a long time to back everything up. You see how I do it. I back it up on different platforms. I record remotely. I don't trust that the video will be there the next time I go to YouTube. So
I just think you have an important voice. You're like just speaking your raw truth about your perspective on things that are going on. And that is honestly really missing in YouTube world, all over the place. Right. You just can't find it. Authenticity. Yeah, it's just like the art stuff. It all comes back to that. But peace, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, good talking to you, Weevil Girl. Thank you so much for being here, man. Peace out.
Everybody in the chat, have a good one. Bye.
Peace. Bye. Weevil Girl. We love Weevil Girl. Weevil Girl. Hold on a second. Wow, we're up at 2:20. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And it's for Weevil Girl. Excellent, man. Great conversation. I love that shit.